Hello guys, this is Marktown USA, getting ready to do the part 2 review for my Monogram F-16 Air Force Fighter. And I have a little bit of bad news on this model that I tried building. Well, I had some issues with some of the parts, obviously. Before I bought this model, I didn't think I was gonna end up having so many problems as I ended up having with this model. But being that this, as I originally said on my first video, part 1, this model was actually I got a hold of it when I was about 5 or 6 years old. It was my dad's model, and I remember seeing this box and looking at the parts and stuff, and I fell in love with airplanes because of this model right here. So years later, might as well say like 30 some years later, I decided to start building models again, and I ran into this one on eBay, and I bought it, and I thought I'd build it, so I actually am very disappointed with the outcome of this model, being that the parts, the way it was made, not much detail in the instructions, which caused a lot of issues, and didn't let me properly finish making this model. But either way, I decided not to continue finishing it, but just leave it where I left off. I'll show you guys in just a second. Well, without further ado, even though this model came out to be a disappointment, but I did break a lot of barriers building this model. The point was not to make a model so extravagant, but just to do the best I can, because that's what I want to focus on my YouTube channel, is show people and tell people that model building doesn't have to be complicated, doesn't have to be expensive, and it doesn't have to go beyond our limits. We just do the best we can, and show off what we got. So I will show you the outcome of this model. One of the things I was happy about was being able to spray paint the 3-tone colors here from this model, which I never did before in my life until now with this model. And I actually thought I did a good job in spraying those parts. But I will tell you guys some of the things, the problems I ran into as far as the parts. When I was building the landing gear, I didn't know, or it didn't specify on the instruction manual on the certain part in here that how it was supposed to be glued. And when I did end up gluing and it dried, and I put the wheels on, the wheels were inside, almost looked like they were inside the intake instead of out like they should be. And that was one mistake that didn't let me, I wasn't able to fix, so I just ended up closing the landing gear. And there was several parts, because some of these, like the vertical stabilizer and these tips in the bottom didn't have the proper grooving to be able to get a solid gluing together, and it just like these things were wobbling everywhere, and I just wasn't able to make a solid paste. And so, and the intakes that I had placed also had a problem with parts staying in place and gluing. I don't know if it had to do with the weather or what, but it just wasn't just gluing properly. It's just like very bad parts. I had a lot of problems with the vertical tail also staying in place. Well, other than that, the main thing is that I learned a lot from building this model, and I shall move on. But that's the end of that. I might just either end up trying to make it look good enough to at least hang on the ceiling something, so it won't look as bad from far away. But other than that, that's my finished product. I did the best I can. But yeah, I plan on doing my channel's bad reviews and good reviews of the models I built. And for modelers, this is better off for a beginner's model, so you can learn from your mistakes, because you will make mistakes, but you learn from them and you move on and you get better at what you do. So enough of this review. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will post more videos in the future. Thank you guys. Have a great day.